Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome back. Yes, it's another Hocus Pocus video, but this one's kind of important. So we just made a video review of the Hocus Pocus sequel book. We learned there's a fourth Sanderson sister. So this video is about her and some of the things that we learned about her in the book. Okay, and now I have to tell you that I don't agree with the creation of this character at all. I don't think that the original text of Hocus Pocus should be altered at all. And they, in the book, as we talked about before, in the book, they kind of add a few things here and there in order to make this character make sense in part 2 of the book. So this book is split into 2 parts. First part is literally the movie with, almost verbatim, the movie with certain things added into it. Second part is the actual sequel of what happens. And the fourth Sanderson Sister is actually more prevalent in the second part than in the first part. So let's talk a little bit about her. Her name is Elizabeth. She is younger than Sarah. So she's technically the youngest Sanderson sister. Elizabeth Sanderson was hanged as a suspected witch on November 5th, 1693 in Salem. In Salem, Elizabeth was a baker. She was also the last to see and speak with Emily Binks before Emily was taken into the woods and taken to the Sanderson house. On the front page of Winifred's book, we learn in this sequel that it has the name of every witch that has ever owned the spell book. And Winifred's name's not the last name to own it. Elizabeth's. She has a husband and a daughter. Her husband's name is Jacob, and her daughter's name is Ismay. They actually escape when the mob comes with pitchforks and fire to capture Elizabeth, even though Elizabeth is a witch, but Elizabeth did not. She didn't practice evil witchcraft. She didn't want to be evil. She didn't want to have anything to do with that, which is why she was ostracized from the coven by her other sisters, because she wasn't evil. She didn't want anything to do with that. She basically just wanted to have a normal life. So yeah, she got married, had a kid. And as the mob came to get her to hang her, her husband and her daughter escaped. So Elizabeth's presentation of how she's described in the book is that she always wears a yellow cloak. She's got brown eyes with longer lashes, sort of a narrow face, and black curly hair. And the name Sanderson, as it turns out, the reason why all 4 sisters share that name is because it comes from their mother. They obviously all 4 had different fathers, although the book does not say anything other than who their mother is about Elizabeth's parentage. No, I don't know who her father is. And the book doesn't say. Like I said, she received Winifred's book after the sisters were hanged on Halloween. And she used it. Now, in the book, it says she admits to using Winifred's book and to knowing her book inside and out. So that tells me that she used it more than once. But the only spell that she talks about that she tried was she tried to bring Emily Binks back to life. But in so doing, Book, whose only loyalty is to Winifred, betrayed her. And that led to the mob being at her doorstep and accusing her of witchcraft and trying her, convicting her, and hanging her. So one of the main themes in this book is the witches come back to Earth and switch places with Max, Allison, and Danny, who go to hell in the witches' places. One of the ways you can actually bring them back from hell is obviously to reverse the spell. But also, you need a blood moonstone. The blood moonstone was given to Elizabeth by her mother because she thought that Elizabeth would be the only one out of the 4 sisters who would, if it had to be used, use it responsibly and use it properly. When Elizabeth received the moonstone, she gave it to her husband, Jacob, to look after and to never tell another living soul where it's at. And that is pretty much the gist of what we find out about Elizabeth. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't subscribe to anything written in this book, okay? I only subscribe to what's actually in the original film. So in the original film, there were not 4 Sanderson sisters. You're going to invent a character, you got to give me more than just that she's a ghost and she's a good witch. You got to give me more than that. But anyway, so that is the 4th Sanderson sister. Peace and love. See you in the next video.